Hi there, it's Fraser here at Simpson Physiotherapy again. Today we are going to be looking at 3 things that you can do to help improve your walking and your balance with Parkinson's disease as well as your posture. Hi, I'm Fraser. I am a Parkinson's specialist physio here at Simpson Physiotherapy. Today we're going to go through several things that you can do for yourself to help improve your walking and your posture with Parkinson's disease. Now, if you're living with Parkinson's disease, I'm sure you know it tends to bring you forward. It tends most of the time Parkinson's pulls us forward. There's lots of different reasons why that happens, and it's depending on how your Parkinson's affects you can depend on what that is. So what we want to do is find out why that's happening in the first place, because it can be dystonias, it can be dyskinesias, it can be just tight muscles, and sometimes it's a lack of awareness that you're actually forward. Other times it can be that you're maybe stiff and sore or achy, or just even lack of movement in your back. Sometimes this can be hip problems, hip tightness, muscles and joints in and around your hips, foot and ankle things as well. Okay, so first and foremost, what we find is we have to do a really good assessment with the person to find out where it is that this is coming from, so that we can then do the right kind of work with you to make sure that we can make improvements with you. Okay, so that being said, here's 3 things that you can do for yourself to start thinking about being able to improve your posture and your balance when you're walking. Okay, so first things first is your brain has probably forgotten what upright feels like. What we find with Parkinson's disease is because we get an increase in background muscle stiffness, your muscles aren't moving as well as they used to. So your brain just isn't aware. Your brain needs muscle movement. The muscles need to move for your brain to know where everything is. Because of that, what we have to do is start thinking about getting you moving into the positions that you don't like, that you're the opposite positions from this tipping forward position. Okay, so what that means in practical terms is you find yourself a worktop, and then you're just blocking yourself against the worktop, so you physically are unable to go backwards, and then it's leaning back. Okay, so this might be a bit clearer here. So the worktop for me there is just round about here at the bottom of my back top of my pelvis. And so it's knowing fine well that you can't go any further back from there, popping it there, and then just a good lean back over it. Into stiffness is absolutely fine. Don't go into anything that's sore. Okay, so what we don't want to do is flare up any kind of back pain with you. Again, so it's worktop here, and you're going back as far as you feel comfortable going, then bringing yourself back up and forward, then back as far as you feel comfortable going, bringing yourself up and forward. The number one mistake that I see people making with this is with the worktop, they have their feet far too far in front of them, so they end up being a bit like an A-frame. What we want is your heels back, maybe about an inch, couple of inches away from the bottom of the worktop. Okay, so that you're having to stand reasonably straight, and then that gets you from here and allows your back to get stretched out over that position, into that backward position there. Okay, once you've got that feeling of getting what that feels like to go backwards, then when you come into your walking, you know yourself that you've got that little bit more movement at the bottom of your back. So you can then, this is tip number 2, once you've done the first one, you can then start thinking about leaning back that little bit more when you're walking. With Parkinson's disease, again, going into that is it brings us down and forward. So what we're looking is finding the right place for your brain to think about, to get you lifting from, moving from, so that you can then focus on that when you're walking, so that you're able to stay more upright, keep your posture better, okay, with your walking. And finally, the third thing that we're going to look at here is get into step standing, okay? So step standing is 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. If you're having issues with this isn't unusual for people with Parkinson's disease to have issues with this. Step standing is actually quite a complicated position for our brain to maintain, and it's one that we need to be able to use to walk. So when we're working with people with these kind of challenges with Parkinson's disease, it's not unusual for us to get you into this position here. Once you're in this position, you can hold on with worktops as well. What you'll find is you want to bring your feet to a point that you are just starting to feel a bit unsteady and start to think, actually, I need to use my hands to hold on. For some people, that can be here. For other people, it can be a bit further. Get into a position where you're starting to feel challenged. You've got your hand next to you on a worktop. And then this follows on from the other two, is what we're then looking for is getting you to think about coming up. And it's not up from your head. It's not this lift that we're looking for. It's a lean back from the bottom of your back. What you'll start to feel is probably more unsteady. You'll start to feel like you might want to fall backwards. So go slowly with this and figure out where it is with you. Where's the right position for you to get to, and what's the right feeling that you need to get in at the bottom of your back to be able to bring you back into that more upright position, to come away from this forward lean that everything to do with Parkinson's is wanting to make you have, which is over here. So there, hand on the worktop and lean back. And then you're wanting to do easily kind of 10-15 repetitions each leg. So 1 foot forward, right foot forward, left foot back, 10 to 15 repetitions, left foot forward, right foot back. Have a look at some of the other videos that we've done on this, because part of this as well is that what we'll find is that you'll probably be tight in the back of your legs down here in your calves, so we want to make sure that they're loosened off. The other thing is what we see quite often is a lot of strength issues. Because again, Parkinson's disease pulls you forward, we really have to get you up and then get you strengthened up in a better posture. I hope that's been helpful. That's 3 straightforward things that you can do for yourself to help start moving improving your balance and moving forward again with your Parkinson's disease. I've been Fraser. Please like and subscribe and leave some comments for us in the show notes as well, so that we know what kind of videos you're wanting to see, what things you're wanting to hear from us. From me, and then we can post up more content that you think is going to be good for you. So as ever, have a great day. I'm Fraser, Simpson Physiotherapy. We're a Parkinson's specialist neuro rehab practice here in Glasgow. If you're wanting to find out more about us, it's www.𝗵𝗆𝗄𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗄. If you want to phone and speak to one of us just to see if there's anything that we can do to help, it's 0141 530 2092. Bye now.